I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. I'll save Baby, I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself.
How is everybody doing today? First song was a new song from Monster Cat. I quite liked it. Let me know what you think. But that was Savior by, I don't know how the hell to say that, but it's Hoprox, Yawn, and Hunnery. I don't know. I'll screw that one up. Oh well, anyways, we are going to be hanging out today. I have Miss Ever Effervescence herself here with me. Look at her. Judgmental. Look at that. That is a judgmental face if I've ever seen one. Yeah, it did go a little bit weird there at the end, Allison. I don't know what was going on with it, but the first one, I'm like, I can get with this, and all of a sudden there was a drop, and it got a little dubsteppy, and I didn't think I was ready for that. Victoria, were you ready for that? No? What are we ready to do today? Nothing? You don't want to do anything today, Miss Kitty? Oh, man. No, today we are actually going to be making some parts for one of the staffers, which is going to be a lot of fun. So, one of our brand new contractors, I guess I should be very specific about it. Her name is... She has guinea pigs, and her guinea pigs are, they have some issues with knocking their bowls over, and we're going to talk about some of the issues that we deal with, and why they're valid, why they're not, And this one should be a pretty quick design. But I actually first want to talk about some of the news from Prusa Research today. The brand new machine just got dropped, the SL1S. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So we'll talk about that here in just a minute. I'm gonna let people get settled in. Yeah. All right. How's everyone doing today? Hi, Nadav. How you doing? Sorry, I've got some clients contacting me, so I'm just trying to do everything at once because, yeah, everyone's got to stay happy, right? All right, is what it is. Cat, what's its name? This is Victoria. Victoria is, she's our director of all things marketing, right? And our director of HR. Because the cat don't like you, nobody around here gonna like you either. Right? Victoria even has her own stickers. And as part of the Patreon that is coming out very soon, TM, we are going to be giving out some of those stickers to our patrons, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for that. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Let's turn down the music ever so slightly. That should be good. Let me turn it down on my side. It is a little bit loud on my side, too. Alrighty, so let's hit up the designing. So to do that, we got to bring all that stuff up and put little Grant in the corner. Windows update is now telling me the temperature here, so if people are curious to see what the temperature is here. Oh, Lauren's watching it work. Don't get caught. Don't do that. So this one's going to be all about building off the canvas. Because we got a photo of all of this, and we are going to design off of that photo, knowing I think one dimension. I might have more than one dimension. Let me see if I have more than one dimension. Let's see. 1 1/4 inches tall. Okay. Alright, so let's bring in our canvas here. I'm going to insert it from the computer. From the downloads. Waiting for them to update. There we go. It's piggies.jpg. And we want to work from the front. Beautiful. That's fine. Because what we are going to do is we're going to get it to the right size, okay? So our canvas, we're going to calibrate the canvas because from this edge to this edge needs to be 3 inches. That's going to make the canvas quite a bit larger. Look on the front so we have it. Why does it feel like that's backwards? Because in the photo it looks like that. Huh. Whatever, it brings it in weirdly. But yeah, it's 3 inches across and it's 1 1/4 inches tall. So I'm gonna also recalibrate it over that. So we know from here to here it is 1.25 inches. There we go. Somebody messaged me on Hangouts. Alright, so let's take a look at things here. We've got our sizing set. Now we just need to get it traced out. So let's go ahead and get this thing traced out. We're going to grab a, oh, what the hell. Jeez, Grant, words are escaping you today. As we do this, we're going to grab a line tool. We really only need to come to the middle. Which that is not the middle, but it shouldn't matter because I can just do some measurements. So LX, We're going to do a line going straight up, and then as we do, we're going to do another one going straight out, and that's L and X to do it. X again to remove the constraints, or not the constraints, the construction. Sorry, I'm off my game today, because I got a message that I really didn't expect to come in, so is what it is. It's just 3 inches wide, but it's 3 inches wide at the top, so let's kill that. This needs to be flat, so we'll just make it dead flat with the horizontal vertical command. We're gonna hit a dimension. This needs to be, 1.5 inches wide. And it's gonna make it a lot bigger. So we're gonna make this collinear, which is this button up here. Collinear goes here and there. We want the bottom. I need to reposition this canvas so it's kind of in the middle. Can we reposition it? Edit? It's not gonna let us edit it? Okay, cool. This photo was not taken dead on straight, so it does make it a little complicated for me, but I'm making it work. Alright, so we know it's 3 inches wide, right? And we can take some guesstimates here about the angles. So let me hide the sketch real quick. Actually, no. Let's leave that sketch up. I'm going to leave that where it is. No, let's move this back. I want to edit the canvas. I want to bring it as close to the middle as I can. That's about the middle. Yeah. Okay, so why... Yeah, 1.5 inches is 3 inches on the width. I wonder if she gave me the right number. Oh, well, let's hope we did. Alright, so we can do some line work here. L and X so it won't bother anything. Come down to there. Oh, I guess that'll work. So I can go dimension here to here. It's a 94, probably do 95. 95 degrees, so that means this to this needs to be the same as that. We know that the thing is 1.25 inches tall, so we can dimension this here. That should give us kind of our look. Unfortunately, it's not vertically where we need it. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to dimension this from this bottom line here. 0.1 degrees? How is that off? I need these to be interesting. Even though we've given it a perfectly level command, it's not. So let's kill that. Let's get the dimension tool. Gonna go to here. It's 90 degrees, which is exactly what we want. We want to figure out how far we are from here. Yeah, whatever. It's not gonna give us the number that I'm looking for, but it is what it is. Alright, well, that's fine. What we're doing is not incredibly important for that piece anymore. We're going to go ahead and grab the Revolve tool. We're going to grab that profile. We have our center axis. We have it revolved. Now, viably, that's the bowl. Now, of course, with perspective, the bowl's going to be a little bit crazy, but that's why we get sizing. So we can go ahead and get rid of that now. What we're trying to do here is actually build something to keep the guinea pigs from knocking over the bowls. So we want to create a thing for it to sit into. So, whoop, drop something. God knows what that was. The cat will probably find it later on and let me know. So we got to make some more sketches. So we're going to go back in actually to that first sketch. And we want to grab a arc. Probably a 3-point arc would be fine. Grab it from here. Maybe down to there. Just like that, we're going to grab another line, go down to there. That is probably way excessive, but that is okay. We are going to revolve this around that. And we are not going to join. We're going to do a new body. So we have basically two separate bodies at the end of this. Okay. So when we look at our bodies, we have our body 2 and our body 1. We're going to get rid of body 1 because body 1's not that big of a deal to us right now. We're going to use the press pull tool. We're going to bring this edge in some. Can we go negative 0.5? Or are you not going to let me do that? You're not going to let me do that. Because I'm guessing this comes all the way to basically a point. So let's look at just filleting this edge. See what you do. Alright, so we have got an issue with our design. So our design comes to way too much of a point. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to look at rebuilding it. So again, we're going to create an arc, a 3-point arc. And let's come down to, I don't know, there. Cool. Now we're going to do a line coming off this edge to there, to there. Beautiful. All right, now that's much better because now we can come in, press pull this edge to whatever kind of exterior diameter that feels good, right? This is more of a, you know, can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Oh, I see what happened here. There we go. New body, beautiful. We can turn off the sketch. And again, for those that are just joining, we are building a rim for a bowl for guinea pigs, keep them from knocking over their bowls. By the way, if you are just joining us, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel on YouTube. Leave us a like as well because we have Victoria with us and she's decided that it is time to clean her toes. That is a-okay with me. We're going to go ahead and get some fillets on here. We're going to talk about some food safety as well because there are some things that we have to talk about that a lot of people are just going to ignore. You got to fill it there. Let's fill up this top edge. And what's going to happen is it's going to pull it away a bit, but that's going to make it easier for the person to pull the bowl out. Yeah, give them a little bit of space. What we're also going to do is we're going to come in here, not extrude, we're going to press pull this edge. We're going to go negative 0.25. And that's going to give it some room so it can go in there. It's going to wiggle around a little bit, but this is going to make it a little bit easier because food safety. So let's talk about food safety for a minute. Food safety is a big issue with 3D printing. People believe that you can just 3D print stuff that people can eat out of, that animals can eat out of, and it's perfectly fine. The answer is it's not. 3D printing under no circumstances, at least FDM, is not food safe, period. And if you disagree with me, prove it. To have a food safe printer, you must have a machine that is all NSF certified. The material must be food safe, and PLA is generally food safe. But it must only print food safe stuff, and that is it. It cannot do anything other than food safe because FDM material is inherently not very food safe in general. It has micro cracks and fissures and things that make it just a little bit problematic. And yeah, just don't eat out of it. Don't, like, this is for a food bowl. It can be cleaned. It's no big deal. The piggies are not going to eat off of it, so you don't have too much to worry about there. But because this is going to be relatively cheap to produce, I'm not too worried. And I'm looking, seeing the radius is 81 millimeters. That is way too big. We're going to bring that in with the press pull tool in some here. That's probably fine. So the goal is to let them walk up without getting too messed up on it. Let's grab this fillet that's right here and look at adjusting it. I think it's that first fillet. It is. Let's go to a 2 millimeter fillet. Meet in the middle, 1.5. Hey, Justin. Hope you're enjoying vacation. Justin's actually on vacation for a bit. Grant's gonna have to do some hardcore designing tonight, unless one of our designers can take over, because we've got a client that needs parts, and I got to get them done. part of owning a business is that when you don't... Somebody's calling the business line. I'm sorry. Give me just a second to let go of that. I thought that I turned off Google Chrome for noise. Oh, I can't because the music would turn off. Right. I gotta wait for them to stop calling the business line. La 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 la. Waiting for people to stop calling the business line. Okay, we're good. But yeah, so part of the fun thing about being a business owner is if your staff are not W-2s, then they're 1099s. They just kind of get stuff done when they can, and then there are deadlines. And if deadlines are missed, guess who that falls upon? And that falls upon me. Unfortunately, or fell upon me. That's the correct grammar. And unfortunately, we didn't get the job done. So I'm going to learn tonight how to do it myself, and that means probably not a whole lot of sleep. I don't sleep much anyways, but I'll be working a lot later than normal. But hey, that's the way it goes. Part of the trials and tribulations of owning a business. I thought that it was in working. I haven't heard from the designer, so my assumption is that it has not been updated, unfortunately. So we do what we got to do. So as soon as this is over, I'm going to go to working on a project for a client. But anyways, I think it's really cool. This part is actually pretty simple, and we're almost done with it in less than a half hour. Because this picture was not what I was expecting. It is... Let's talk about it. So if you're going to design off a canvas, you need an image that is perfectly in line, because otherwise you deal with skewing. I had to take a guess as to what slope that is. And the nice thing is, we're building this in such a way that this has a lot more slope than what it probably needs. So, excuse me, the bowl is going to fit in there, no big deal. They can use it as a slide if you make it bigger. They could use it as a slide. You know, that'd be funny if they did. If they do, and one of our team catches that, that'd be funny, and we'll put that on a YouTube thing. What do we call that now? The community tab? I don't like this song. We're going to another song. The community tab. That's right, the community tab. Boy, you are just tired, aren't you, Miss Victoria? Can I get a like for petting the cat on a live stream? I know, you just want to be left alone all the time. I know. You're just like your dad. Just want to be left alone all the time. Anyways, let's take a look at this a little bit further. So we have our regular body, and I want to see the interface. Now, I can come down here and I can kind of see it, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So to do that, we're going to use the Inspect Section Analysis tool, and we're going to pull from one of the edges. We can now see that between here and there, we have 1/4 millimeter. That should be enough, because that's 1/2 millimeter all the way around. Should give us enough of a wiggle room to make things function the way that we'd want. And again, this isn't too obtrusive, right? It's not really going to get in the way. And you know what? We'll go on a Prusa Slicer too, and we'll show it inside a Prusa Slicer. By the way, Prusa Slicer likely got a big update today. I haven't looked at the Prusa Slicer today, but we know that Prusa got a big update for their machines today, so it's likely, yep, configuration update. Cool, they got a carbon fiber PC blend for the Mini, but we are going to go to, definitely not that, we're going to go to the MK3S, and a little auto update as we're going. Alright, so we've got this part. I'm thinking, though, that I want to make this a little, well, you don't want it too steep because then they're going to get stuck, right? And I don't want it too shallow in that they're not going to really be able to function. So this should allow them to move. I should have asked, so this is all about asking the right questions as well, and I should have asked the question from the front of their front paws to the front of their nose. And that way they can eat, they can drink without having to crawl up on this. And all this really serves as is a way to keep the bowl from flipping over, because that's what this should do, right? We've brought the bowl now to 150 millimeters in diameter. So about 6 inches in diameter. And that's going to keep it from reasonably being knocked over. And again, for those just joining us, we are making a bowl that won't tip over for guinea pigs. Now, I could make the bottom completely solid and actually turn this into a real bowl, but I think it's better if she uses the ceramic bowl that she has and puts it in there, and this will allow it to be hand cleaned and everything like that. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the right way. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. We have a lip here. Let's see how tall the lip is. The lip goes from... Lip's 5 millimeters tall. Allison's right. She says, I think it's a trial and error situation. She's absolutely right. We gotta see what the pigs are willing to do versus what they're not willing to do. This probably needs to come... probably down to that. Let's see how that looks. So now that brings us to... yeah, about 3.5. That's a little bit better. And yeah, this is where if you had the 3D printer, you could make this happen, right? This would be a lot easier if you had your own machine. And, yeah, making things happen. So, I've got fillets everywhere. I'm just trying to look to see where, because like most animals, they're going to find ways to hurt themselves if they can. I think I would probably not make it so high up on the bowl. My thought to make it high up on the bowl is that I want to encompass at least 50% of the bowl so that when they try to hit it, the ball doesn't like flop the whole thing over, right? I want to have enough of the bowl really being attached, but that is a good point. And so there are two different ways that we can handle this. We can come back into the sketch and just modify where this starts and stops, or the way that I'm going to do it, we can just modify this fillet. Because as we increase this fillet, it's just going to bring it further and further down and only make this more and more round. Now, of course, we've got that little issue of if they're a little messy, you might get some buildup along this inside edge. But is it a big deal? That's really what matters, is it a big deal? I don't think it is. I think this thing's going to have to get cleaned pretty often anyways. So I think that's more than adequate. Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think it works out kind of exactly what we needed. I figured this one was going to be short, but I didn't realize it was going to be this short. So yeah, let's see here. I should ask. Also, I gotta take a picture of this cat. Hi, Miss Kitty. We'll use that as our community post for everybody. I need to ask the client, let's ask them what the names of the pigs are. I guess you just have their feet on the floor, but they would have their feet higher with this design maybe. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad idea. And the reason for that, one of the kids I am watching at work with says hi. Hi, kid at work. I don't know your name. How are you? I hope you're having a swell day. You know, we're going to do the names of the pigs, and that one's going to be a fun one because I always struggle with putting names on curved surfaces. Oh, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. I was going to do it. I was going to emboss the names. But I'm not going to do that. We'll put it on the bottom. I was going to emboss the names here, but oh my god, it's going to get so dirty. So let's put it on the bottom. So let's do a sketch right on the bottom there. We're going to project that. And Prusa released freaking a new printer today, the SL1S. I am so amped. As soon as we're done with this design, we're going to go take a look at it. We do have a video that's going to come out tomorrow on it, but I'm amped and I want to talk about it on live with people to see what you guys think. Because, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So let's grab the text tool. And I want text along a curved surface. There we go. And so we have the names of the piggies. They are Vinny and Mozart. So we have Vinny. You know, let's do an ampersand. Vinny and Mozart. For Vincent van Gogh. Potential for catching feet if it was on the side too. Yes, it would potentially catch feet, which could work toward our benefit, right? Give them something easier to grab onto, but not necessary. I think if we just put it on the bottom, it's more than adequate. So we're gonna increase this height to 20. We do 20. Yeah. Oh, cool, I can do text below. All right, let's do this as the outside path. We'll do text below. Oh, no, I don't like that. Oh, that was so bad. Difference. Go back to the way it was. All right, Vinny and Mozart. And, of course, it's got to be Ossifant, because that's what we do around here. Make it bold. I think that's good enough. Also, I have just been sent a picture of the adorable pigs, so I will go ahead and put that on the screen for you guys. Look at them! Adorable! Adorable. Look at that. Your guinea pigs are now famous. Alright, away with them. Be gone with you, guinea pigs! We have much work to do. Alright, so we've got their names on the bottom. We can look at going maybe to 25. What I'd like it to be is, ooh, I could do... Do we do it with another ampersand and do like the Vinny and Mozart thing, like things can happen? Let's try that. Can I do 25? Nope. 22. Oh! Oh, that's so perfect! That's what I'm doing. Love it. Freaking love it. Which one is which? Damn it, I don't know. Which is which? I have no clue, and I should have asked that when I asked about this. Let's see. You know what? This should be okay, but normally I would want them to be a little bit separated from the path. Oh, I could have just done that. Could have just done fit to path and separated everything. Mozart is the gray and white one, and Vinny is the white one. Okay, so Mozart's got the mohawk. Mohawk Mozart. So I'm told this is yeah, this is Mozart, and this one is Vinny, from what I'm told. That data might be wrong, but I'm gonna go with it, and that's what I'm gonna say. Yep, Vinny Mozart, there we go. Vinny is the fatty and tips over his food bowl constantly. Well, Vinny, this one is for you. It's also for Mozart, but it's also for you! Alright, we're gonna extrude these downwards maybe, I don't know, 0.4 should be fine. There we go. Oh no, Grant, you messed up. Go back to that. Oh, I see. Some of your... This is a problem with using Ossifant. I don't have Ossifant for CAD. So, alright, we'll just go back up to Arial, because Arial's boring, but it works. Arial's boring, but it works. We won't bold them either. Alright, that should work. And yes, Vinny stands for Vincent van Gogh. The guinea pigs are named after artists, so Mozart and Vincent van Gogh. So there you go. You're learning things about our team. Naughty Vinny, Allison says. Yes. Victoria, do you knock over your food bowls? Victoria does, and a fun little personal aside, Victoria, since she is a queen, used to actually, her bowls were crystal. I found some beautiful crystal bowls at a local thrift store, and that's what I made for her food dishes for many years, because I thought it was hilarious. Now she has anti-tip bowls. We've actually elevated them on spools, so especially for animals like cats and dogs, you can elevate their food bowls. It helps them not bend down as much to get their sustenance. So, yeah, I was gonna get it, but I totally forgot. And then this one came in here, and we've just been hanging out, right? We've been hanging out, haven't we? Like a good little kitty. Go ahead. Try me. Try me. I'm faster than you. Anyways, we got this done. This is going to be a pretty easy piece to print as well. Let's go ahead and save it. I'm going to name it the Piggy Bowl. We're going to go ahead and remove that first body. We're going to download it here. Save as STL. Alright, let's grab Prusa Slicer. Have you figured your things out? You have. Beautiful. Piggy Bowl. Boy, that's big. Okay, so we're going to change a few things here. 2 is good there. Infill is going to be gyroid. as it always is. By the way, if you guys are looking to learn more about slicers, we are working on an entire series about slicers right now on our YouTube channel, so make sure you head over there and check it out. I enjoyed the one on Cura. Cura surprised me, but its UI and UX, man, just was not great. Not great at all. So there you go. This bowl is going to weigh 62 grams. I don't know about the color. I will have to talk to the staff member to get the color. But, yeah, that's really it. We're going to print it like this clearly because any other way would be wrong. And it looks like about a 4-hour print. So this would make for a pretty decent time lapse. Maybe we'll do this for the next time lapse Tuesday, because time lapse Thursday is already done. It's it's done. Allison says dark color. I don't know. I will leave it up to the staff member who wants the part for what color, but see me, I would go with like Prusa orange or bright yellow. I wouldn't do dark colors. I am all about the life of things being crazy friggin' neon bright. Anyways, yeah. This one, I mean, so, oh, you know what we could do? We could take a look at, I didn't mention this in the Prusa video, the variable layer height. We're going to do some specific videos about specific features because I think it makes more sense rather than burying it in. It's like, this is Prusa Slicer's adaptive layer height. This is kind of cool. So what it does is it will adjust the layer height based on what it sees, okay? And if we look under printer settings, we will see that the machine limits on extruder 1 are 0.07 to 0.25. Good Lord, have mercy, this print's gonna suck. That's okay. Hey, Peter, how you doing? Red/Ace is hanging out with us. By the way, Red/Ace was on a recent podcast episode, so if you guys want to go learn all about having smell in your VR experience, go check out Peter Sassaman and his episode on our podcast. And then go check out the Cilia, because it is really cool. And if you're in the United States and you love essential oils and you make bath bombs, something like that, he has one of the largest collections of essential oils on the interwebs, and you can get some really weird flavors from him to mess with your friends, because I'm all about making jokes with people. We can also smooth it out, which will really make those transitions a lot cleaner. So if we now go to slice now, you'll see that before it was 4 hours and 46 minutes. It's going to likely be quite a bit longer now. But let's see what it's actually at. Wow, it's less time. I wouldn't have guessed that. Maybe we'll play this for fun. Yeah, there you go. Nice and simple part. But let's talk about something. Let's talk about something today. Yeah, man. Hey, I know you just joined us. I'll show you real quick. We did a it's a bowl to hold a food bowl for a guinea pig. And so the idea of this is that you put the food bowl in here and the guinea pigs won't knock anything over because it's a nice smooth ramp and the bowl is held inside of it. So if the guinea pig can move something 6 inches and flip it upside down, we've got many other issues to worry about. But guys, the Prusa SL1S is here! They're calling it the SL1S Speed, which I don't know. I want to call it like the Speed Enhanced version. S means speed. Again, we're going to have a whole video coming out on this tomorrow. But I wanted to point some things out because, honestly, there are some really cool things. Also, a staff member sent this to me, and this has got to be the cutest little 3D print that I've ever seen. Look at this. It's Key Crappy, the print your own Key Cappy clone. I love it. And he holds a little mechanical key switch, and I love him. If I had random mechanical key switches laying around, we would do that. But anyways, SL1S. So here's the deal, right? The SL... Oh, are you excited too? Okay. All right. Well, Cat's going. Where are you going? Huh? What's your plan? What you doing? Who you with? What you do? Where you come from? Hey, come here. Well, she's going to be over there and being a pain. But the SL1S is roughly the size of an Elegoo Mars, and I talk about this in the video, so make sure you guys check out that video tomorrow when it comes out. But the SL1S is, it's expensive. It's 2,000 US dollars. Nope, there goes the cat. Goodbye. And then the CW1 is 750, but together they're 2,600 bucks. Here's the deal, right? It's the size of an Elgu Mars, 127 by 80 by 150. So it's a little bit bigger in the Y-axis, and it's 10 times the price. But they're doing cure times as low as 1.4 seconds, and they have a VAT. The VAT itself actually goes up and down. So I'll watch this video with you guys on live stream because I just think it's a really, really cool video. So let me turn off my music and let's watch the video and let's watch it together. Well, you know, I could just watch it over here. Yeah, I'll take up a bit of the space, but oh well. Look at this, man. This is just too friggin' cool. I'm turning up the volume for it so you guys can hear it too. Turn it down so it's not too blazing. Also, whoever their editor is, and it's Mikolas. Mikolas is their editor. Mikolas, you did a damn good job. Look at this thing. This thing is amazing. And they're right, it is the fastest. Layer times are stupid crazy fast. Mono screens are nothing new in the industry, but if you notice, there's a ball screw. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And something that they didn't talk about, but I think I picked up on, and I show it in our video, that appears to be cooling fans, cooling ducts. And if we go back a little bit, as soon as they remove that screen, you can see there might be another duct right there. I think they're actively cooling the LCD matrix. Allison says she's got to head off to bed. Hopefully you get the work finished with little to no problems. I'll catch up on this tomorrow. Have a good night, Allison. We wish you the best, and yeah, sweet dreams, I guess. Is that what you tell people online? That just seems weird. Have a good night. But yeah, look at this. So, all right, let's talk about the resin tilting tank. I know I didn't talk too much about this. Do I have a build plate laying around that I can grab easily? No. Damn. All right, we're going to use the patented Grant build plate. And so for resin, let's bring up Big Grant real quick. So for resin, normally you have your vat. Oh, I have a vat. I can bring the vat down. So, oh God, what did I hit? Well, something moved. So normally your build plate goes into your vat. I'm not going to stick my hand in there because that's going to make a problem. But normally build plate goes in the vat and just pulls out, right? And you've got massive peel forces because there's a lot of surface area here. Oh, hey, look at that. What a great little sound. So you have to pull this all out evenly and together. And that's a problem because it's a lot of force to pull it out. And what can happen is your part can actually get elongated in the Z-axis. And so Prusa has done, and it's nothing new. The Formlabs Form 1 Plus did this, but the vat tilts down as you raise it. So you can raise a lot faster because it's a combined helping you remove that peel force. So let's get rid of Big Grant. Let's keep watching the video. Prevents layers and stirs the resin. That's true. So for any of you out there that want to play with mica powder or coloring your resin's pigments that can settle out of solution, a faster tilting tank will enable this. Now, printers like the Mars, the Saturn, they don't mix anything. There is no mixing involved in that. Now, the Formlabs Form 3 does, but I don't know. They have moved the tilt. The tilt was like 5.8 seconds down to 3, which is nuts. Which enables them to move the build plate up and down faster, which is really cool. Look at that, though. Look at how much... Now, okay, is this a fair comparison? No. So most of your speed here is gained because of the actual monochrome screen does a lot of that, but that's okay. Gorgeous parts that I think really show off the quality of these machines. And so I point this out, all competitor printers are using mono-screen technology tested at 0.05 millimeter layer height with optimal settings and slicer provided from the manufacturer, right? So these are probably all Chi2 box, almost guaranteed they're Chi2 box. They are considerably faster, like considerably faster. And they're saying with clear resin and draft mode is 0.1 millimeter layers. you can do the entire build volume in 2 hours. And the cool thing about SLA and MSLA is that it exposes the entire, well, MSLA, SLA doesn't do that, but MSLA and DLP technology expose the entire layer at once. So the only thing that really matters with your build volume and your time is your Z height. The rigid frame, I don't doubt that for a second. And look at the quality of those parts. That is more than passable for most people, but you can actually see the ringing here. All these stair steps that are consistent, that is from the entire frame bending just a little bit, as well as lead screws versus ball screws. I love it. I mean, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong. Also, they stack. I point this out in the video too, but oh my God, resin tanks that don't stack are the worst thing ever, and these cheap ones don't stack like that. Wonder what speed is compared to the Carbon 3D clip. I promise you, it is very slow compared to Carbon. Carbon, for those that don't know, Carbon 3D has a technology called clip, and basically it uses a film that is oxygen permeable, and that permeability in that membrane allows it to print incredibly quickly, like consistent. It does not, pull out then come back and pull out then come back. No, it just pulls the part out. The Carbon 3D process is absolutely ridiculous, but Carbon is not desktop level. It's professional level, to a point where you can't buy one of their printers. You can rent them, and yes, the materials are proprietary. So, yeah. The one-time calibration is great. I think this is great for people that have businesses that don't want to calibrate their printers all the damn time. Resin tank with FEP film, that's pretty standard. Easy and cheap replacement. Yeah, which they don't mention in here, but it's a $25 resin tank with film. That is dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Gorgeous parts here, but I think really, and they have clearly done something with dyeing here, and I don't know what it is, but like we've got really dark, and then it's light in the middle. So I don't know. These parts are just gorgeous. I haven't seen resin parts this nice outside of like EnvisionTech. And that's something, because EnvisionTech printers start at like $10,000 or $15,000. Their touchscreen is beautiful. Like, just look at that touchscreen, man. What a beautiful touchscreen. They did all their uniform measurements to make sure it works with all resins, which is nice, all 405 nanometer resins. So you don't have to use Prusa resins, but as you guys can see, there are lots of resins that it works with, of course. And by the way, this to me is the biggest thing that they've done. The biggest thing that they've done is a resin sensor that pauses the print on runout. I have lost a couple of pretty substantial prints because I didn't have enough resin. This, to me, makes it worth every dime. Now, unfortunately, because Prusa machines are... let me talk about the space-saving thing, too. Prusa machines are open source. It means we're going to see this on some of the cheaper machines coming soon, but I still think you got to support Prusa. This was one of my biggest complaints about the Mars and the Saturn, is that you have to lift the whole damn top off the printer. And that's a problem if you want to stack them on shelves, right? Because the shelf has to be really, really tall so that you can lift it up and really pull it away. With this, the whole front just hinges up. You can glue a magnet to it and stick it to the shelf above you. You can still work on the printer, and that is so much easier, right? All my resin has to be on the top shelf now, and I don't like that. Ball screws, come on. Ball screws are the best. Built-in carbon filter, which is great for some of those engineering resins that can be really, really, really stinky. Of course, Prusa Slicer, it is amazing. We have not done Prusa Slicer for resin. We will do that, but we're going to do a whole series on just a couple of resin technologies that are out there. I figure that made the most sense rather than trying to muddy the water saying, this can also do resin, to do resin specifically on its own. I'm not a huge fan of web interfaces, but that one looks pretty good. Of course, their big warranty, 24/7 support. That's a big deal, right? And this, to me, is one of the other game changers. The CW1S, which it cleans, it cures, it even dries, and you'll see it also preheats the resin, which if you're working with tough resin or any resin that's very viscous, heating it is the way to get it to not be so viscous. And of course, they have an entire upgrade path. And that to me is a big deal. Oh, I have to turn down the music or you guys are going to get blasted when I turn the regular music back on. But I think it's very important that Prusa does their upgrade path. because that's a big freaking deal when you're looking at, let's say you had a an SL1 previously, which a lot of people did, right? A lot of people bought the SL1, and they might say, well, crap, you know, like, I bought I bought Elgu Mars's about 3 months before the monochrome Mars came out, whatever the hell they call that one. Whenever the monochrome Mars came out, I'm like, huh, that sucks. I've got all these LCD-based printers, and honestly, not a whole lot that I can do with it. Unfortunately. So, is what it is. Yeah. I like that this is possible, and Prusa even states they're going to continue to update their firmwares for both machines. So if you choose not to do the upgrade now and you do it later on down the line, it'll be fine. The modular, what the hell? The modular UV thing is beautiful too. I know some of this is going to get cut out of the main video, so I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, man, I love it. And I think they did a great job with their press release. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I am incredibly excited for it. VAT's at 25 bucks that are stackable. We've got $2,000 US, 1979 euro VAT included for the SL1S. The CW1 is 750 or basically 600 as a combination with the pair of the printer and the washing cure, and the upgrade kit at $400. I'm sorry, if you own an SL1 and you haven't already ordered your SL1S upgrade kit, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? But yeah, there's your comparison chart between them. I guess my head is in the way. Let me move me out of the way here. There, now I'm out of your way. Yeah, there's your comparison chart between the two machines. I like that Prusa didn't specifically mention other brands. It's cleaner, right? It's cleaner that way, and that's my preference. It's my preference. But yeah, this is going to be a short live stream today, I think. The edit didn't take very long. We talked about the Prusa stuff. Yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Could we have done anything different on this model? Let me know. This one went pretty quick, though. I should have asked the individual for some more direction as to what they were expecting, but that is totally okay. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose. But yeah, I think this part came out really nice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, are you going to get an SL1S? Man, I don't know. I want an SL1S, but God, they're expensive. And they claim up to 3 times faster. But, like, I can get 4 Elegoo Saturns for that price. And let's say only 3 of them work. A Saturn is much bigger than an SL1. SL1S is the 120 by 80 by 150. A Saturn is 192 by 120 by 200. I don't know. But I will tell you one thing about the SL1S. It is built like a freaking tank, and you are unlikely to have any of the problems that you have with some of these cheaper resin printers out there. And I think that's really where Prusa goes. They go for user-friendliness. Are they the cheapest printers on the market? Hell no. You can get 4 Ender 3s for the same price as one Prusa Mark 3S. But are you going to have a better experience with the Mark 3S? Oh, hell yes, you are. And I like that that's where Prusa's positioned themselves, because they're not really competing with Formlabs. They're considerably more affordable than Formlabs, and their build volume's a lot smaller, but they're so much more expensive than like a Saturn or a Mono X or a Mono X Pro that's coming out from Anycubic. So, I don't know, I think Prusa kind of ground themselves their own price point, where if you're a business owner and you want to print minis and you don't want any BS and you have no experience with these machines, I think the SL1S CW1S combo is a freaking winner. I truly believe that is an A+ knock out of the park winner. And I forgot, the cat went away. I didn't bring Greenfield back. But yeah, that's really it for me, guys. I know this was a really, really short live stream, way shorter than normal. But, you know, we got done what we needed to get done really, really quickly. Sometimes parts don't have to be difficult. And my mind is on taking care of that customer and trying to, you know, solve their problem more than it is on this live stream. So forgive me, I'm not as entertaining as I normally am. And I am so hyped about the Prusa printer today. But my mind is really on taking care of our clients because ultimately that's what matters to me the most. So I'm going to end this one off here a little bit early. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was really short. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you on the next one. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one.